So we are continuing with our discussion, which we began last week, and we are continuing from there. And today we are talking about global e-business and collaboration. Global e-business and collaboration. When we talk of global e-business and collaboration, what do you mean? What do you mean by global e-business and collaboration? We are simply discussing a subject matter on digital technologies that can help us transact business in a convenient and efficient manner. In today's digital economy, you realize that organizations increasingly operate beyond national borders through the use of global e-business systems. And these refer to the use of internet and digital technologies to conduct business activities. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very well. And such activities include, but not limited to, buying, selling, marketing, customer service, and supply chain management across different countries. To help us do this, information systems play a crucial role in enabling these activities by providing platforms that connect businesses, partners, employees, and customers worldwide. For example, you've decided to upgrade yourself by going to school. Typically, or in traditional setting, you get up and go to a physical classroom and meet your instructors. Technology has made it possible that you can do this without necessarily finding yourself in a physical class as we used to. However, we are meeting by adopting what we call a platform that is aiding us to collaborate. Are you making some sense?
Yes, sir.
To achieve this, you cannot do this without mentioning of internet services. So these and many more are helping us. When you go to banking sector, they give us platform for us to transact our businesses. Even nowadays, you hear that most even religious groups are also doing their services by adopting similar platforms to disseminate the word of God. Are you following that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is a teaser for our discussion today. And as typical of every discussion, we must also discuss or be aware of the objectives, outcomes. And among them are the following. What are the business processes? How are they related to IS? Okay. How do systems serve the different management groups in a business? And how do systems that link the enterprise improve organizational performance? By close of this discussion, you should be able to answer the question, why are the systems for collaboration and social business so important? And what technologies do they use? You may also ask yourself, what is the role of the information systems function in the business? And again, you cannot do this without asking, what are you going to benefit from? What are the career paths as far as this is concerned? Now, in those questions that we just asked, I am providing you with these following answers. One of the answers is to understand business process, is to identify types of information systems. It is also to explain enterprise applications. And if for nothing at all, students, as you are, must understand collaboration technologies, such as using Microsoft Teams, Zooms, you name them. You should be able to understand the role of IT units that you have in your organizations. Now, enterprise social network transform sharp corporations into a more innovative, connected organizations. And the problem at hand is hierarchical top-down processes. You know, you may find yourself in an environment where they don't follow orders. Everything is scattered. You don't know who to report to. Okay? You don't know who to report to. But this can help transform how things should be aligned. You may also have new competitors in your organization or the things that you produce. When they come in to also produce similar products, it becomes a threat. Then you need to find innovative means to be relevant in whatever you do. There are so many ways to go about it. Either you increase your production or you find incentives for your customers. Okay. Think around these problems and be relevant or stay focused in your business. Sustainability here is key. And also, one of the problems is lack of collaboration and idea sharing. Most people have ideas, but they fail to share. They think this is my idea. Why should I share with my fellow? After all, if you come up with your own idea, I know that you'll be paid. Why should I sell my idea to you? If you continue to behave that way, it's the company that is going to suffer. If the company also breaks down or loses its revenue, believe you me, you are going to be affected. So you need to collaborate and share ideas. And some of the solutions we are professing as far as these three problems are concerned, to develop knowledge sharing strategy and goals. Okay, if it is about new competition, you must redesign knowledge sharing and collaborate process to remain relevant. Of course, every organization has its own culture, and you must also make sure if the existing culture is not helping you to thrive, you change that organizational culture. Typically of some cultures in organizations, late to work. Late to work. They do things, as if there's no structure. Okay. So we make sure if there's such of these in your organization, you make sure you change them and you become useful. There's an example that you can also read about it if you have the time by implementing Microsoft Yammer collaboration softwares, how it is used. We are not going to go deeper into this, but if you have enough time, this is one of the examples you can also check and try your hands on. Use of new information system to improve performance and remain competitive. Already said that. And you can also demonstrate importance of teamwork and collaboration for innovation and profit growth. I said that in a jiffy, in a different way, but the bottom line is that it means the same. You can also illustrate importance of organizational culture and business processes for knowledge dissemination. Okay, your organization is such that even if you are to deliver a message to a customer or any of your colleagues in different, you have to walk all the way. Whilst you can even use email to send that. Check all of these things. Okay. All right. Now we're also talking about business processes. Business processes. Business process is simply the flow of material, information, knowledge, how they are logically related, and the task within the process. Okay, at each particular point in time, you must perform something. So logically related set of tasks that define how specific business tasks are performed. That is business process. It may also be tied to functional area or cross-functional services. Businesses can be seen as collection of business processes, and it can also be seen as a process may be asset or liability. Examples of functional business processes includes, but not limited to, manufacturing and production. Within manufacturing and production, you can assemble a product. Another example is sales and marketing, where you can identify your customers and sell your products to them. Another example is finance and accounting, where you can create financial statements for them. And then again, you can also talk of another functional business process where human resources are of great importance here. And within human resources, we are talking about hiring employees. There's more to that, not only the hire, welfare, compensation, all those things are important. Now, let's consider this diagram. If you want to order a process, there are a series of activities that you must perform. For example, if it is about sale, you must generate order, you submit the order to the appropriate department. They check if there's no credit, they approve and they give you invoice. If it is agreed, they assemble your product and voila, they bring it back to you. Okay, so sales, accounting, manufacturing, production, they work hand in hand in this order fulfilling process. How information technology improves business? How information technology improves business process? They improve business process in the area of increasing efficiency of existing process by automating steps that were manual. Okay, they can also enable entirely new processes by changing flow of information, replacing sequential steps with the parallel steps. If things are done in a parallel way or sequential manner, they may decide to do twice or more at the same time, okay, to get the results. They can also eliminate delays in decision making, okay, and support new business models. If you are talking about systems for different management groups, another area to consider is transaction process system, TPS. These TPS serve operational managers and staff. They perform and record daily routine transactions necessary to conduct business. For example, if you sell cement or building materials, every day people will come and buy. You need to record them. Okay. And this system will help you record that. And at the end of the day, you can generate a report to know how many of the items you sold and how much you realize and all that. This same transaction process system can also help you, perform your payroll items, and you can also do shipping. It allows managers to monitor status of operation and relations. with external environment. Why is this customer not buying from us frequently as it used to be? You need to check if you are monitoring. This system will help you do that. The number of times that a customer patronize your words. They also serve predefined structure goals and decision making. So using payroll transactional process system as an example, it captures an employee data. Within that, we have employee file database. So it goes through the system to check if you have a record of your employee. And some of the data that you'll be putting in this database are employee number, the name of your customer or employee, the address, how much does the employee take, the gross pay. Here is using federal because the context is in the North American, but if you bring that to a certain, IRS, okay, if you are paying insurance, medical insurance on, you can also input that. If there's a tax on maybe the area that you live, and there are so many deductions that you can do within this, and how much you earn in a year. You can also query this online. That is if you are using internet. You can also check or interact with this system and to generate ledger, management reports. You can also transfer business with government agencies. Okay, and so on and so forth. So basically, that's what Payroll TPS does. There are so many of these softwares that can help you achieve that. We can talk of CRMs, customer relationship management softwares, system for business intelligence, data and software tools for organizing and analyzing data used to help managers and users make improved decisions. They can also help you to take decisions by way of supporting what you do. An executive can also come in here, okay? If you have management system, management information system, these support systems, and executive support systems. These items help business intelligence approaches. Okay, at each level, something must happen. Okay. Now let's take management information systems first. These serve middle management and they provide reports on firms, on their current performance, based on data on the TPS. It provides answers to routine questions with predefined procedure for answering them. Especially now that we are in the AI age. They can typically also have little analytic capabilities. And this is how MIS also obtain data from organizations. So another TPS, as far as linking with the management wage system, on the TPS side, you see the other production master and accounting, of course. And if they want to link with the management systems, the other sale files, product units, and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. Decision support systems also serve middle management and they support non-routine decision making. For example, what is the impact on production schedule if December sales doubled? What is the impact on production schedule if December sales doubled? Any answer? Your routine is such that you produce about 10,000 items in a year. But this particular year, and then the production was shot up by 100%. Okay. What is the impact? Any answer? So think about it. If you don't have answer now, you can share later. Decision support systems may also use external information as well as MIS data, management information system data. As you saw it previously in the previous diagram, this one here, they collaborate. Okay. They also produce model-driven decision support system. Example is those who work in ships. Okay. Voyage estimating systems. What do they need? At what time do they fill their fuel? All of these things, you need to think about it. If you are using your transaction processing systems. But I imagine that with a decision support system will help you take hardcore decisions. Okay. We are also saying data is driven by decision support systems. It is true. Without data, we can't take decision. Remember last week when we attempt to define data and information, we realized that data is just raw facts. When you process it, it becomes an output for what? Information. If it doesn't, or it turns out to be meaningless, it has to go back to the cycle and reprocess itself until it becomes meaningful. It is for the same reason here we are saying if your data is not enough, management cannot take decisions. But if your system continues to use data on its customers, it becomes a norm. And I can give you an example where banking, insurance, what is this called? The Security and Exchange Commission. They have what we call KYC, know your customer. The data that they have on you will guide them to attend to you in a particular way or a certain way. Now, oh, this particular customer needs specific attention, needs specific care. Am I making some sense?
Yes, sir.
So data is very, very important. So in absence of data, management will find it difficult to take concrete decisions. So that's the essence of having some of these decision support systems in place. And you don't just have them there. You must input the data in, and it should be designed such that it can produce a desired outcome that is expected. All right. So taking you to the voyage estimating disease support, you know, you have your analytical model database, all the ships you deal with, you have their records, the distances that they cover, like I was saying, the fuel consumption, the cost, you know, the charter, or if they hide them, you know, the cost, and the port that they dug, how much are they charged? So all these things will help you to take decisions. So there are so many examples that you can think of. Okay. You yourself, sometimes you decide to even ride in a Uber or any other form of taxis. In all of these services, you check to see which one satisfy your needs and you make provision for them. Okay. Uber, for instance, Uber and other, taxi services, with the advent of their technological tools, it will help you to compare which one serves me best in terms of cost, safety, and what is the other one? Comfort. Okay, I'm sure when you are boarding all of these things, you take them into consideration. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long does it even take if you order, any of these taxis? How long does it take to reach your destination, to pick you? Not destination, I mean your location. And how long will it take if, taking off the traffic situation? How long? And even if you are in it and you find yourself in the traffic, how comfortable will you be? I don't want to mention any particular service provider because I don't want to offend anyone. So you check to see which one serves you better. Or is it the Trotro or other ones? All right. The same way for those who work in shifts. Okay. Now, there's another one we call executive support systems, another software we call executive support system. It helps them to, in their management, as far as senior management is concerned, it helps the senior management. It supports them in a way. It addresses non-routine decisions by requiring judgment, evaluation, and insights. They can also incorporate data about external events, for example, new tax laws or competitors, as well as summarizing information from internal management information system and decision support systems. Another example is digital dashboard with real-time view of firms' financial performance. Now that people are also engaging in cryptocurrencies, there are so many of them. You can check to see if you invest in any of them. Which one do you get more returns? Okay, on your dashboard. You must also as well think of security aspect of it. Until recently that we heard Bank of Ghana is also granting licenses for crypto currencies to be purchased in the country. Some time past, people do this behind the scenes, and they came up with so many regulations. If you do this, people can even use and take your money away without, getting to know where they are. But now, since the regulator is opening up, I mean, for me, it is good. I remember my encounter outside the country. One of my professors, he's an academia, but this guy is a serious business person. Always he wants you to join him and do all manner of stuff. But at some point, I go in my country, because I normally come back to my country, and where I get my money is in this country. So if I'm using my banking, for instance, to subscribe this, and unfortunate happens, who am I going to report to? You see, you need all these things, you need to think about it. Okay, am I preaching better?
Yes, sir.
Right. So at the time, Ghana had not approved of that. But if you are greedy, by knowing, all GC promises about, using crypto, you sign up to it. And if care is not taking your money, is gone. They gave me all the accounts. They created it for me, but I said no. the source of mine, this is where they will take this money from, is mine. And it could be Momo, all these things. No, when you subscribe to the, you need to think twice about this. But if you are a risk taker, you don't mind. People are making money though, but for me, I was thinking about where my money is coming from, and it's the same money that I'll use to subscribe to. Now that we have the backing of the Bank of Ghana, I think I may revise my decision. It's not fully approved, but it is in the process. So that's about it. There's another one we call enterprise applications. These enterprise applications include enterprise systems, supply chain management systems, customer relationship management systems, and knowledge management systems. These systems are for linking the enterprise. They span functional areas. They execute business processes across the firm. All levels of management, you find them there. These four that I just mentioned: enterprise systems, supply chain management systems, customer relationship management systems, and knowledge management systems. Who can mention one of the enterprise systems available?
ERP.
Okay, ERP. That is good. What does it do?
It integrates data from all the functional areas within the enterprise into one system.
Examples of these are HR, accounting.
Yes, yes.
Right? Finance, don't mix the two, accounting and finance. They are two different things, so don't mix them up.
Yes, please.
You know, in our case, as a university, this enterprise system in education environment, where it can also capture students' records. Am I right?
Please.
Right. You can register your courses as well and get your transcript for that matter. Okay, so enterprise application architecture has 3 levels. Okay, customer distributor side, customer relationship management, and if you come down, you see there are some functional areas. Okay. In all of these, it must go through the processes. It must go through the process. If you are picking on supply chain management, the process to customer relationship management and give you feedback. If it is a knowledge management system, the same thing. If it's about enterprise system, it's the same thing. Okay. Supply chain management talks about sales and marketing, manufacturing and production, finance and accounting, human resource. All of them, it cuts across. So depending on your need. Enterprise systems, also called enterprise resource planning system, as we mentioned, it integrates data from key business processes into single system. And trust me, this speeds communication of information through firms. For example, if you are to deliver a message to me, instead of you walking from your end to my place, by a click of button, the message will get to me with the help of internet. Okay, it enables greater flexibility and responding to customer requests, greater accuracy in order fulfillment, as we saw previously. It enables managers to assemble overall view of operations. Talking of supply chain management system, this also manages relationship with suppliers, purchasing firms, distributors, and logistics companies. Manage share information about orders, production inventory levels, and so on. It helps you to monitor what goes on at each level. And the goal is to move correct amount of product from source to point of consumption as quickly as possible and at lowest cost. Nobody is coming to tell us, oh, when I was sent to deliver this, you know, my type, blah, 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 all those things. No. You just need information. I mean, by a click of a button, it's gone. Okay. Types of inter-organizational system. We have automating flow of information across organizational boundaries. That's what I just explained. There's another called customer relationship management system. It helps manage relationship with customers. It coordinates business processes that deal with customers in sales, marketing, and other customer service. And the goal here is to optimize revenue, improve customer satisfaction, increase customer retention, and identify, retain most of profitable customers. And it can also increase sales. Last but not the least, there's what we call knowledge management system. This KMS manages processes for capturing and applying knowledge and expertise, collect relevant knowledge and make it available wherever needed in the enterprise to improve business processes and management decisions. Link firm to external sources of knowledge. So your continuous doing business with other entities, they keep records of you. When other enterprise need sort of help, by virtue of the fact that they have your records, they can also recommend this to other enterprises or organizations for that matter. So having all these things captured digitally will aid executing proper and apt decisions. So this is what we are saying. This knowledge management comes in the form of intranet and extranet. We discussed this last week, you know, all these things. Technology platform that increases integration and expedite the flow of information. Okay, intranet is just internal network based on internet standards. And they are often private in their website. Extranet also a website accessible only to authorized vendors and suppliers. All of these facilitate collaboration. Okay, so e-business, e-commerce, and e-government. What is e-business? The use of digital technology and internet to drive major business processes, where e-commerce is a subset of e-business by buying and selling goods and services through internet. E-government simply means using internet technology to deliver information and services to citizens, employees, and business. And now Ghana, we are experiencing that. GRA, you know, is giving us all the platform where you can file your taxes. Is that okay? And so on and so forth. Is DVLA, they're all giving us all the platforms. Now, even if you are buying insurance for your car, when you buy it or sign on to it, they can just, you know, deliver to you your policy electronically. I don't know if you have become aware of that. Am I saying the right thing here? Hello, class. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. We are with you, sir.
You were quiet. All right. So that's so interactive session. Organizations, you know, let's leave this one out. Now let's move to the another angle of our discussion today: collaboration. Collaboration is a short-lived or long-term. Collaboration is a short-lived or long-term. It is just what we are doing. An example I gave earlier that you come to school, two things: either you go to physical classroom and meet your instructor and discussion goes on. Similarly, you can meet your instructor by the use of platform like this, where we can collaborate, interact. We ask questions. I respond if I have answers too. In the same way, I ask a question. If you have answers, the other things that we can do to collaborate. If you collaborate, there are so many things that you stand to gain. So growing importance of collaboration. We are also saying before that collaboration can be a formal or an informal teams. What we are doing now is a formal collaboration. You can also do your own informal collaboration that you create your WhatsApp groups and you'll be sharing ideas. Churches do, businesses do, and so on and so forth. So growing importance of collaboration, you change the nature of work. You grow for professional work, interaction jobs, yeah. Changing organization of the firm, how things were, and what do you see now, and what do you want to take the business organization to? You can also change the scope of the firm, and you can also play emphasis on innovation because something that has not been in existence, you want to bring it to fruition. You can collaborate by eliciting ideas from others. Okay, you can also change the business culture or work culture, how things are done. You can change that. Collaboration can help us do that. Social business, the use of social network platforms, internal and external, to engage employees, customers, and suppliers. You know, we do all this all the time. Aims to deep interactions and expedite information sharing. Instead of, you know, normal routine, blah, blah, we are being someone, blah, all those things. You can do social business by using all these social networking platforms. Conversation can also strengthen bonds with customers. Always, if you are a business owner or manager, you don't see yourself too much as a boss type, but see yourself as a team member. Those are the difference. If you are the boss type, always things don't go well, but respect must be there at all times though. The better approach is to have a team, you know, a team will share ideas. You require information, transparency. You don't hide. You don't hide things. And seen as a way to drive operational efficiency, innovation, sparing, accelerate decision making, and so on and so forth. And benefits of collaboration and teamwork. Investment in collaborative technology can return large rewards in sales and marketing, research and development, productivity, sharing knowledge and resolving problems. You can do that in collaboration. Quality, faster resolution of quality issues. Yes. You don't need to set date for people to travel all the way from where they live to come and meet physical. No. Just create a platform where everybody, irrespective of your geographical location. More ideas for products and services, innovation. And you can also address complaints to handle them more rapidly, and your customers will become happy. This can also help you generate improvement in factors above by controlling your finances. Okay. So requirement for collaboration, they just don't happen. Man must work to achieve that. And to achieve that, you open your culture, you decentralize structure. Breadth of collaboration must be encouraged. Of course, if you have collaboration capability, you must also adopt a technology where all this can come. You use collaboration and social technology for implementation and operation, and social technology for strategic planning. In all of this, you must check quality. It's not everything that you must accept. A standard must be met and followed. Okay, at the end of the day, your performance will show. So you continue to build your collaborative culture and business processes. You command and control organization. No value placed on net teamwork or lower level participation in decisions. You collaborate business culture, as I've said, no bossy type. Senior manager rely on teams of employees. You know, by their input, you can formulate your good policies and come out with better product designs. How you process them and system rely on some of these things. At the end of the day, you'll be smiling if the money starts coming in. Manager's purpose is to build teams. Very, very important. And tools and technology for collaboration and social business. You can use email, instant messaging, virtual worlds, collaboration and social business platform like WhatsApp, Microsoft SharePoint, IBM Cloud collaboration, Google Drive, Google Docs, etc. All of these tools, you can collaborate. If you are to work on a project of which I'll be giving you in our course of deliberation, and you must start forming teams now. I mean, your groups, if you don't have one, okay, you'll be working as a team and at times to individual work to see your performances, how you perform as an individual and how you perform if you find yourself in a group. If you are in a group and working on a task, you can use Google Drive, Google Docs, or Microsoft SharePoint to do all of these things, okay? Cloud computing that we are talking about here, and share ideas, real time. People can monitor what others are doing, and enterprise social networking tools. You know, all these things will help you, and you can find these things on the LMS. Think about these things. How does Microsoft Team promote efficient collaboration in universities and colleges as yours? What management, organization, and technology-based issues? And, you know, read about Ahelia University address. There was an issue. Read about it and think about how it was solved and what advantages they were using in collaborating some of these things. All right. Okay. Now, this is where most people are, those who are not working. If you are working, fine. Even if you are working, maybe you want to become better than how you see yourself. And one will ask, how will information system help my career? It can help an organization to supplement their work by way, if you find yourself in an insurance company, it's one of them. With banks, anything that you do is a supplement approach that can help. If you find yourself as a marketing person, it helps you to support your sales. Okay. Job requirements, interview questions, and other. Sure. So at this point, if you have any questions, you can ask. Thank you. Any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I want a clarification concerning the MIs. Please, in which group of people within the organization who are supposed to handle the MIS system? I think you said, I heard you saying the middle managers. Am I correct?
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do.
Okay, sir. I'm asking this question because GES is having MIS system where normally they ask the head teachers to visit the MIS and input data concerning the school, some of the school logistics and materials. So I want to, I'm just want to find out that the MIS is supposed to be handled by head teachers, because per the understanding I'm getting, it's supposed to be a system that the middle managers in the organization are supposed to handle that, or they take the data and they input it into the system, but not leaving it to those below. I don't know whether my question is clear.
I'm struggling, but I will try. You see, MI simply means management information system, okay?
Okay,
Which
sir.
an organization's handled by specialized group of professionals. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
These groups of professionals, they bridge the gap between business needs and technological solutions. So it depends on the problem at hand that you can recruit who, and who here is who can help solve the problem. So if you
Okay.
don't have the finance or technology or idea or knowledge to solve that problem, I don't think it's for everybody.
Okay, sir.
But mind you, at every level is a system. So system encompasses everybody, but each of you within the ecosystem play a role. So know what to do at a particular point in time.
Okay,
So far
sir.
as it's a system. I don't know if it's your question is addressed.
Yes. I think
So
that's
from
what.
your side, maybe
Okay.
you have a complaint, you don't know how to go about it. Yours is
Yes.
to bring the complaints out. Okay. And from that level, it must carry to, if you have your structures properly, it must get to the middle level and they take it up. If it's beyond them, they scale it up to the top management. Am I making some sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Right. Again,
Okay.
you may have a genuine concern. If the organization doesn't have the means to solve the problem, it becomes also another challenge, especially
Yes.
when in the organization you have a policy, irrespective of the capital strength of that organization. If you don't meet or you don't use the internal policies to get things done, you may also find yourself into trouble.
Okay, sir.
Uh,
And one thing that I realize is that sometimes you enter, let's say there's a section on the system where you have to enter staff records.
mhm.
Now you do the staff records, then you submit. The next day you'll be there and you'll be called by the head office that your data has not reached to their end,
Right.
and you have to go back and redo. And
Sure.
I remember last year we were having this challenge as you are saying, and even who to consult. So
Mm.
I don't know, the GSMI system, they say it's like a whole lot of challenges. Okay,
Mhm.
and who to
Mhm.
consult even to add for the person, because like I was saying, if like you said, it's supposed to be handled by specialists, those who have knowledge in these areas. Okay, but you
Mm.
leave it
Mm.
to head teachers, where they, even some of them don't even have this knowledge about how to even to log in to enter all this. Normally with the computing facilitators, we do these things, but sometimes we
Yeah.
too have challenges. Okay, and who to address or who to consult for you to even let's say go ahead with whatever you are, it becomes a problem. So I don't know why. I don't know if the GMI system is a different software or a different thing altogether. In fact, that one I can't per what I've
Yeah,
learned, what you have
that's what
told
I'm
us.
saying. It levels. You know, don't forget in Ghana, I don't know, it's painful. The bureaucratic nature of addressing issues. I don't know when that thing is going to be done away. Governments upon governments have come, and when they do come, they come up with their own ways of getting these things resolved. Particularly, find ourselves in government agencies or public space. I remember there was one, so I don't want to be mentioning particular regime. There was this mention of public sector reform. Some of these
Okay.
things, those who manage some of these things think, oh, If I don't do it, nobody can do it. They flex their muscle sometimes.
Yes.
Something that you can do within a twinkle of an eye. It will take about like, So what is the essence of having these systems in place? Others too think getting the thing solved within a minute. They must seem that, oh, that kind of thing. And they rather resort to the manual way of doing things. You can go and come.
Yes.
And at times too, we don't know who is handling what. But if there's check and balances in place, is that okay? And people will sit up and make sure they are doing the right thing. Because the more you delay, the more cost you incur. For instance, if you are a private person, you are running your business and people are delaying you, you can remember the cost that you'll be incurring.
Yes, sir.
But if it's government or public sector, nobody cares. It's our own money. It's for everybody. You don't care. People go to work early and they leave early. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
You send something to them, nobody says, I didn't get it. What happened in between the connection or the pool? Was there a break? Don't you have systems that monitor the transactional systems or the processes? These are sort of things you need to find out to be. So I'm happy you are bringing this thing up. It's a challenge. And the challenge must be accepted, and we investigate what brought about the challenge. And in doing so, we can find solutions to them.
Okay, sir.
That's the nature of our discussion. So finding yourself in the IT environment is a good thing. Every day problems comes, and you need to find ways to dealing with the problems. No excuses.
Okay, sir.
All right. Any more questions, please? Any more questions? Okay, so if you don't have questions, I'll ask you the work I gave you last week. How did you go about it? I have all your names here. I think I can mention them. Any volunteer to share how you went about the work? This I'm not going to mark them. Just share with us.
So you mean the one on the LMS?
Yes, you do the discussion we had. There was a question in there last week. Think about them. When you meet, you will discuss. Or as soon as you guys left, you just also left those ones.
I remember, yes, there was some question you asked us to go and ponder over them.
What happened? Okay, I will let that one slide, but this week, please try and go to the LMS. All the questions that you are supposed to do within that week, try and get them solved or discussion. You can put them in a discussion forum. Okay? I'll be checking.
Okay,
all right. So in absence of further questions, end the discussions for today. And hopefully we will meet next week. If there's anything that you want me to know, you can also ask.